Okay, so you're building an online business. One of the very first and biggest decisions you have to make can literally define your future. And yeah, I'm talking about your e-commerce platform. If you choose wisely, you're setting yourself up for smooth sailing and growth. But if you choose poorly, you could be signing up for a world of technical headaches. So today, we're going to break down two of the absolute titans in this space, Magento and Shopify.
So, is this you right now, staring at your screen, caught between these two giants, just wondering which path is actually going to lead to success? Trust me, you are not alone. This is a huge moment for any entrepreneur, and it's a choice that can feel, well, pretty overwhelming.
And let's be super clear about something. This isn't just about picking some software. You are literally choosing the foundation of your entire digital business. I mean, this is your storefront, it's your checkout, your stockroom, your operations hub. It's everything, all rolled into one critical decision.
All right, let's meet our contenders, Magento and Shopify. But I want you to try and think of them as more than just competing products. They really represent two completely different philosophies, two totally opposing views on how an online business should be built and run in the first place.
First up, we've got Magento. You can think of Magento as the architect's choice. See, it's an open-source platform, which is kind of like being handed the full set of blueprints and a dedicated construction crew. You have total, ultimate freedom to build a completely unique, custom-tailored store right from the ground up. The only real limit is your own vision.
And on the other side of the ring, you've got Shopify, the turnkey retailer. This is a fully hosted, all-in-one solution. The best way to think about it is like leasing a beautiful, premium retail space in a brand new shopping mall. Everything is already built and managed for you. You just have to arrange your products on the shelves, unlock the doors, and boom, you're open for business, sometimes on the very same day.
So there we have it, the architect versus the retailer. Two very different ways of doing things. But how do they actually stack up when we put them in the ring, feature for feature? Let's dive into the head-to-head showdown.
Let's kick things off with what is, for many people, the #1 deciding factor, ease of use. And here, the difference in philosophy could not be clearer. Shopify is all about simplicity. It's famous for its drag-and-drop interface, which means you can build a gorgeous store without knowing a single line of code. Magento, on the other hand, trades that simplicity for raw power. That flexibility comes with a much steeper learning curve, which really makes it a better fit for folks who have a dedicated development team on hand.
Now, let's talk money. This is where things can get a little deceptive. On paper, Magento open source is technically free, which, sounds unbeatable. But free only applies to the software itself. You are still on the hook for hosting, development, security patches, and ongoing maintenance. Shopify gives you a really predictable monthly subscription, though you do have to factor in things like transaction fees and any app costs. So the real takeaway here isn't the sticker price, it's the total cost of ownership over time.
Okay, when it comes to features and customization, this is where the architect Magento truly shines. Its open-source nature means you have limitless control. I mean, with over 5,000 extensions available, if you can dream up a feature, you can almost certainly build it. Think about a super complex product customizer with a live 3D rendering. That is Magento's home turf. Shopify, on the other hand, operates more like a beautiful but walled garden. Customization is still really powerful, but it happens through its curated app store. You have a ton of great options, but you're ultimately playing within Shopify's rules.
But what happens when you strike gold? You know when a product goes viral and your traffic just explodes? Well, both platforms can handle massive scale, but they do it very differently. Shopify's cloud infrastructure is literally designed for this. It just absorbs huge traffic spikes automatically. You don't have to lift a finger. Magento can also scale up to the enterprise level, but that power is in your hands. You're the one responsible for managing and optimizing the hosting to handle that massive load.
And the way they handle security really gets to the heart of their differences. With Shopify, security is managed for you. They handle all the patches, the updates, the PCI compliance. It's a completely hands-off experience. With Magento, security is managed by you. Now, this gives you incredible control for custom security protocols, but it also means that the final responsibility for protecting your store and your customers' data rests entirely on your shoulders.
Okay, the head-to-head is done. Now it's time for the main event, making the call. How do you take all this info and actually apply it to your business to find your perfect fit? You should probably choose Magento, the architect's platform, if your vision demands a truly unique, highly customized store. It's the right call if you have a development team or the budget to hire one, and if you need absolute control over every single aspect of your operation, from the hosting environment right down to the security protocols.
And you should choose Shopify, the retailer's platform,
If your number one priority is speed and simplicity, it is the perfect choice. If you want to launch a beautiful store really quickly, if you prefer a predictable monthly cost, and if you'd rather focus your time and energy on marketing and sales instead of server management.
So as we wrap this up, it becomes pretty clear that the question isn't which platform is better. The real question is, which platform is the right foundation for the future that you want to build?
It really, truly all comes down to this. The best platform just doesn't exist. The right platform is basically a mirror of your own business. It has to line up with your budget, your technical skills, and maybe most importantly, your ambition.
So I'm going to leave you with this one final thought. Forget all the features and the specs for just a moment and ask yourself, what's your business identity? Do you want the power and the freedom to build every single detail from scratch? Or do you want the speed and simplicity of opening a beautiful shop and focusing purely on your customers? In other words, are you an architect or are you a retailer? The answer to that question will tell you everything you need to know.